Alrighty, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us for NEAT TV's live coverage of Nonnewaug Varsity Boys Basketball. Thanks for tuning in tonight for the first round of the Class S State Tournament here in Connecticut. I'm Peter Ventresca alongside Matt Pilato, and the matchup tonight is the Nonnewaug Chiefs, who are running out onto the court right now, and the East Windsor Panthers. Chiefs finished 5th place in the Berkshire League with a record of 13-7, the number 11 seed. East Windsor finished with a record of 10-10, the 22nd seed in this tournament. Well, Matt, this team's pumped up, this school's pumped up, the community's pumped up. They got the 11th seed and the home game, which is exactly what they wanted in the tournament.
Yeah, Pete, it is exactly what they wanted, something they were shooting for all season as a goal. Despite losing 3 in a row to end the season, they really got what they wanted in the long term. Sitting, talking to some students in school today, the community, everybody, just like you said, is really excited about the game, and the guys feel good about this first round matchup against East Windsor, and they're even happier that they're in Class S.
Well, as you see the Chiefs warming up behind us, they're going to need to get some big time playing from their three key players, Matt. Russ Stutzky, Scott Nillette, Jeremy Greco. Also contributing factors are Kyle McInerney and Simon Hunt. How are those guys going to have to play tonight and further on in the tournament if they can pull off the win?
Well, Scott, Russ, and Jared definitely got to play big, and it's going to take double-digit outings from all three of them throughout the tournament in order for Nonnewaug to stay in it. As for McInerney and Simon, those 3 guys I mentioned before, have got to get them 2 involved, and it's really going to take a team effort for the Chiefs to do anything in this tournament, especially tonight.
Alrighty, Matt, on the defensive side of the ball, talk about some of the things the Chiefs are going to have to improve.
Well, really, their 2-3 zone has been weak this year. They've been letting a lot of the defensive players penetrate right through the zone. And the number one thing, Pete, is boxing out. Chiefs have done none of that in the last 3 games. That's what cost the 3 losses.
Alrighty, hopefully they can improve on that boxing out. They lost their last game in the first round of the Berkshire League tournament when forward Nick Rotuno of NWR put back a John Cano miss uncontested at the buzzer to hand the Chiefs their 3rd straight loss and a 43-41 decision. They lost their last 3 games of the season in disappointing fashion to Lewis Mills, Housatonic, and then NWR by 6 points, Matt. 3 buckets. Missed the Chiefs from a 7-game winning streak into the tournament. Instead, it's a 3-game skid.
Yeah, it is a 3-game skid, but it's not like they got blown out in any of those games. They played good basketball, and there's just a few mistakes here and there during the game that cost them to lose. But the Chiefs are positive. I talked to Coach Strakely before the game. He thinks the troops look good, and look for them to come out strong tonight.
Well, if the Chiefs do come out strong tonight and can get back on the winning side of the ball, it won't be something new. In what could be called as a roller coaster season, the Chiefs have had a combined 4 times where they've won 2 or more contests. Also, they've lost many disappointing games in the midst of the season that broke that streak, Matt. Talk about some of the reasons why they've had this roller coaster season.
Yeah, roller coaster is exactly the word to use, Pete. And the key behind it is there's no leadership on this team. There's no go-to guy that you can go to get a key hoop or to pick your team up in a big moment. Russ, Jer, and Scott have been the 3 guys all year, but sometimes 1 or 2 will come to play and the other one won't, but they got to hit on all cylinders tonight for the win.
Well, that's the NHS side of the story. Now let's talk about the guys on the other side of the ball. The East Windsor Panthers, coming out of the NCCC League, finishing at 10-10, probably playing some L and double L schools. Matt and I don't know much about them. All we do know is that senior Daquan Daniels, over 6 feet, is a strong player for the Panthers tonight, Matt.
Yeah, he's going to be a presence on the inside. I saw him handling the ball a little bit in warm-ups too, so might look for him to bring the ball up the floor. He has great athleticism, and he's going to be a force for McInerney and Hunt to contend with down low.
Alrighty, Matt. Why don't you give the people at home a little bit of this picture of the brackets in Class S?
Well, first, Pete, I'm going to say this isn't the first time the Chiefs have been in a state tournament game. It's not often, but this isn't the first. Our freshman year, the Chiefs went and played number 1 seeded North Branford up there and got absolutely killed by 60 points. But the last time I remember us getting a first round home game,
right.
It's been a while, so the Chiefs are excited about that. For the bracket, the Chiefs, with a win tonight, will most likely play North Branford in the 2nd round, which will be an away game. But if North Branford does get upset by, I forget who they're playing, like the number 26 seed or something, then Nonnewaug has a good chance of getting another home game. But the Chiefs real happy they're in Class S. Russ Stutzky's positive about being Class N. It's a little bit, not weaker, but the amount the schools have to draw from the kids to play is smaller, opposed to double L and L schools where there's a lot of kids. So the Chiefs feel comfortable in Class S, and look for them to make a charge if they keep playing good basketball.
Right, folks, an interesting note about this Class S tournament. On the other side of the bracket, the number 2 seed, the Gilbert Yellow Jackets, a team that the Chiefs lost to twice, but very well could have beaten them. So down the road, if the Chiefs can play Gilbert, they'll be familiar with the team, and that might make it easier for them to beat them in a semifinal, final game.
Yeah, Russ talked to me earlier about playing Gilbert possibly. They need 2 or 3 wins in order to do that, but he thinks they could beat him, and I think they could beat him. So that should be a nice matchup to look forward to. However, Nonnewaug has got to get by tonight first.
Well, folks, once again, thank you for joining us here on NEAT TV. This is the pregame show with Peter Ventresca along with Matt Parlato. Hopefully this won't be our last broadcast of our careers here on NEAT TV at Nonnewaug High School, but, you know, basically that's the story here.
Yeah, it's do or die tonight, Pete.
Let's just take a look at some of the notes I have down here, Matt. I wanted to ask you, what's the realistic prediction for the Chiefs tonight and further along in the tournament?
Well, I think it all depends on if they come to play or not. They definitely have the potential, and that's something you can't teach. You got to have it, and the Chiefs have got to capitalize on that in order to do something. Tonight, I see the Chiefs with a nice, easy coasting win. I don't think this East Windsor team is that good, even though they could prove me wrong.
Alrighty, Matt. Really, the X factor in this game, quickly before we go to you with the starting lineups, is the play of Scott Nollet. Scott Nollet has got some great ability on the basketball court. It's going to be key for him tonight to take it to the hole.
Yeah, Scott really needs to take the ball and bring it to the hoop, just like you said, Pete. He's their guy that I look for to step up tonight and really help the Chiefs coast into the second round.
Alrighty, folks, that does it for Matt and I on the NEAT TV pregame show. Once again, this is NEAT TV's live coverage of Nonnewaug varsity boys basketball. Tonight, the Chiefs, 13-8 record, that includes the BL tournament game, face off against the East Windsor Panthers, who are 10-10 coming out of the NCCC League. We don't know what to expect, but it's going to be a great game. The crowd's slowly filing in. We expect to have a big crowd. Maybe what might be our last broadcast. Alrighty, that's going to do it. Matt's going to go do the starting lineups. We got about 30 seconds left till that. Matt, I want you to do a great job. Get the crowd juiced up. I'm a little nervous, a little excited. Could be our last broadcast. We're glad that you joined us here on NEAT TV. Chiefs and Panthers, first round of the Class S state tournament here in Connecticut. Coming up live from the Edward Sadlam Gymnasium. Stay tuned for game time and the tip. Alrighty, folks, back up here in the booth. This is Peter Ventresca. We're set for the starting lineups with Matt Parlato. Hopefully he's going to do a great job. We're glad you're tuned in tonight. Here's Matt.
High School for first round action in the Class S Connecticut State Championship Tournament. Tonight's matchup features the visiting 22nd seed East Windsor Panthers against your very own 11th seeded Nonnewaug Chiefs. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to be a fan about it and respect good sportsmanship in all those who attend. Players, coaches, referees, and fans. Also remember there are no food or beverages allowed in the gym at any time. Right now I'll ask you to stand in honor of our national anthem, which will be sung by James McCurdy, Amy Thornburg, Marie Martin, and Jamie Roberts.
Whose brush stripes and bright
Amy Wadowitz on the national anthem. Here are the starting lineups. Reset the lineups there. Christopher Muir, Brian Farrell, Daquan Daniels, George Douglas Haynes, and Christopher Cobinto for the Panthers. Here are your Nonnewaug Chiefs. It's going to be interesting to see if East Windsor is intimidated by the excitement in the gym to start off the game here. Matt is always doing a great job. We're set for the tip here live from Nonnewaug High School. First round game in the Class S state tournament here in our great state of Connecticut. Chiefs and Panthers set to tip it up. Alrighty, Matt, thanks for joining us here. Already you're gonna get a sense that this gym is gonna be going crazy tonight. The opposing cheerleaders and fans going nuts to our right.
Yeah, great atmosphere tonight, Pete.
I think I might have to turn up my mic level, Matt, to hear you a little better.
Yeah, no kidding.
So it's gonna be McEnany and Daniels. Daniels we touched on in the pregame earlier.
He looks excited and saw him run out there in starting lineups.
Matt, he was dunking in the pregame. There's the tip. Tipped ahead for East Windsor, and already an early foul called on Russell Stutzky. Drawn by number 10, Christopher Muir, seniors. Definitely got some size down low, man.
Yeah, well, East Windsor, Pete, the nice following of fans coming out to watch them. Nonnewaug's got to watch out not to fall behind early. Wanted the Chiefs to be in control for as much of this game, if not the whole thing.
Already the crowd starts the chant of defense. East Windsor about an hour and 15 minutes or so away. So these guys are quite a bus trip. But they're probably excited nonetheless, man.
Nonnewaug looks like they're in a 2-3 zone. But as you see, Scott Nillette there and Simon Hunt on the other side, cheating up, not giving him that jump shot on the wing.
There's Daniels, wildly throws it up, but gets his own tip. As the East Windsor fans sit down after that bucket by Daniels, 2-0 Panthers. So Matt, let's see it. It's right here in front of us. Scott Nillette, Jeremy Greco, Russ Stutzky. Let's see how they play. There's Stutzky putting it up. Contested by Daniels, who grabs the steal. And already you're going to see Chiefs are going to have to battle with Daniels tonight.
Yep, they are. They're going to have to put a body on him.
Daquan, a unique name. And he's going to be unique because the Chiefs are not going to be used to a player like that.
Well, I like the Chiefs' defensive strategy right here. They're going to keep East Windsor on the perimeter, not let them inside. I think that's important.
6:38 to go here, first quarter. 2-0 lead off the tip-in by Daniels.
Not a bad showing here tonight, Pete, but I thought there would be a few more people.
Yeah, disappointing showing in the end zone bleachers. You would usually like to see a couple more fans in those spots.
You can see East Windsor really not wanting to run with the Chiefs tonight. Well, in a really slow offense. They've already milked a minute 15 off the clock just on this possession. And that's a big stop for Nonnewaug right there, Pete.
Brian Farrell off the mark. As here come the Chiefs looking to push it quickly. Here's Stutzky driving in. Gives it to Scott and a let down low. There's Scott taking to the hole, rims around. Greco there for the putback. And that's what the Chiefs need. Scott driving, Jeremy putting back the follow.
That's right, when Scott drives, Pete, so many opportunities, you know, kind of happen. He could dish off, he could take it all the way. Opens up people on the baseline. That's a backcourt, big turnover there for Nonnewaug.
Matt, you know, the funny thing here is the Chiefs have it in them.
Yep.
What team is going to come out tonight in this big game?
That's
I mean, that's really the question we're all asking.
Well, let's hope Nonnewaug just realizes, has a little confidence. This East Windsor zone really attacking there. Nonnewaug cannot get any penetration, but that's something they're going to need to get.
Farrell scoots around a pick and puts it up 4-2, Panthers lead. Here's Jeremy Greco. Decides to pass it up to Simon Hunt. Simon Hunt's gonna shoot it off the mark.
Nice job, Ed. McEnany and Millette both down there, just didn't control the ball. But nice job by Nonnewaug there, kind of filling the lanes.
Nice dish and penetration, scored by number 32, Christopher Copinto. Panthers jumping out to that early 6-2 lead. Chiefs are gonna have their hands full tonight, folks. Foul call to number 22. George Douglas Haynes.
Yeah, I talked to Coach before the game. He said he goes by Doug Haynes. Tyler Shake making an appearance for Simon Hunt.
Really an interesting, to say the least, substitution here for Coach Drakely.
Something I thought I would not see whatsoever.
Kyle McEnany puts up the jumper on the baseline. 6-4. Chiefs down. Oh, Farrell just taking it all the way. No good. Rebounded by Scott Nillette. Chiefs style of basketball, pushing it up the court. Stutzky stops and pops, stripped. Number 32, Copinto. McEnany battles Daniels for the rebound and then throws it away. But a nice job by Kyle there to get that rebound.
Yeah, Kyle fighting down low. Look at the size of his legs, Pete. Daniel's legs.
Yeah, very strong athlete. Sure, he plays other sports, but his arms are also very strong. Coach Drakely wants a timeout after that poor play by Greco. But really, you see, on the last two trips, East Windsor throwing up some bad shots.
Yeah, they are. And the thing is, Pete, Nonnewaug, Pete, little tense right now as you can see that ball bounce out of Jeremy's hands. Kyle threw the errant pass. And that's just because, you know, it's a little bit of nerves. It's the first tournament game in a while.
Right.
These guys have played in tournament games. I know a lot of them with baseball, but basketball, a little different atmosphere, a lot different game, much quicker, and mistakes can happen that quick. So look for Nonnewaug to, you know, kind of settle down. Good timeout by Coach Drakely there.
Alrighty, we're gonna get back to action here with 3:42 to go. Chiefs down 6-4. Shake remains in the game. for Simon Hunt. Here's Farrell driving on Shake. Dishes it out to Daniels. Swings it to Haynes off the mark. Rebounded by Sean Krasinski into the game, and the crowd is going to get up for that one. Crowd very vocal, man, here, sensing the urgency of tonight. They would like no more than a Chiefs win here at home.
That would be great.
Tyler Shake controlling it. Here's Scott Nolet. Little give and go to Jeremy Greco. Off glass. Doesn't get the carom, but gets the steal. Puts it up. Off glass and good. Looked like a foul there. Nothing called. Tie game at 3 minutes to go, first quarter.
Nice pressure by Nonnewaug here. Coming on a man-to-man full court press, which is good, but it's easy to get burned on, as you see Nolet right there. Good defense by Scott, knocking the ball away.
Christopher Capinto driving in. Slapped out of bounds by Scott Nolet. Once again, we'd like to thank you for joining us here. NEAT TV's live coverage of Nonnewaug Varsity Boys Tournament basketball here in the gym. Capinto glides in the lane, rolls it over the front rim, puts the Panthers back up by 2, 8-6. Very interesting to see Tyler Shake controlling that ball, Matt. I mean, we haven't seen him here in a home game all season. Greco off the mark on that floater in the lane.
Jeremy doing a good job, though, Pete, being aggressive.
I tell you, Matt, it's going to be an interesting matchup here. Nolet and Daniels, comparable players, comparable size, same numbers, same abilities so far. It's going to be a great matchup to watch down the stretch, folks. Under 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Chiefs with a 2-point deficit, 8-6. Nolet's going to shoot it off the mark, rebounded by Shake.
Good pass. Good job by Shake there. Good steal. Yeah, there we go.
Sean Krasinski with the steal, putback, and the foul, and Chunks is going crazy down the court. You see the fans right in front of us getting jiggy with it. As Tyler Shake will receive a hand from the crowd. And you see a lot of teachers coming in, Matt, filing in a little late.
Yep.
First free throw attempt on the night for either team. It's good, and the Chiefs have their first lead of the night, 9-8, with 1:33 to go. Chain of defense.
Did you see Daniels on that putback? It didn't count, but he was about 2 feet off the floor, straight up. What hops he's got.
Into the game for the Panthers, number 31, Tyshawn Walker. Another player who's got some size down there. Let's see how he reacts to this Berkshire League style of play. At the line, senior Christopher Muir. Fouled on the last play, he hits it.
Your team captain.
Oh, rebounded by Daniels over the back of Scott Nolet. No call.
Yep.
Tie game at 9. Muir over to Daniels, driving on Nolet. Pulls away, fade away, no good. Muir brings down the rebound, jump ball called, Chiefs. It's going to be an active night on the glass tonight.
Oh, Pete, took the words right out of my mouth. A lot of banging going on down low.
Shake back in. Placing Jeremy Greco. So again, we'd like to remind you folks, at halftime, we're going to be joined by Ben Levy and Kieran Valla. Stars of the girls basketball broadcast are going to give their insight at halftime. Also, we want to recognize all of the NEAT TV crew members that helped out this season. hopefully later on in the telecast. But right now, with 55 seconds to go, Shake throws it away. Here's Muir. Tie game at 9. Not anymore. 11-9 Panthers after the turnover from the Chiefs.
Well, Windsor going with the size, Pete.
Kyle McEnany wants to take it down. Sean Krasinski wins that rebound.
Good job by Sean there.
Here's Russ Stutzky driving in, slapped away. Controlled by Daniels. Quickly up to Muir, he's got it. Driving in wildly.
Yeah, that a boy.
Chief ball with 22.7 seconds to go, first quarter.
Good hustle back there. God, tournament games, Pete, they are so much more exciting than a regular game. I mean, if you lose a regular game, well, hey, you got a whole season to go, but you lose a tournament game, and that's the end of your season. So, you know, tournament games really, really exciting. Kind of everybody's into it. Everybody knows that it's the last chance. It's do or die. And they're just so fun to watch, and we're so lucky to be here broadcasting one of them.
Tough pass there by McEnany. Turned over to Douglas. Here's Muir, good.
Too many turnovers, that's it.
Stutzky's gonna have to throw one up. Rattles around and out. That would have brought the Chiefs to within 1. But as it stands right now, 13-9 is the score. Panthers on top. As you're gonna catch us here on camera, quickly, Matt, let's turn to you. Some thoughts on this first quarter, an exciting one.
Well, definitely an exciting quarter. I thought Nonnewaug only down 4 points, that's not bad. And the reason they're down 4 is way too many turnovers. I thought the battle on the boards was a little bit even. Of course, East Windsor a little more physical, a little bigger than Nonnewaug, but too many turnovers.
Matt, let me ask you a question here. We talked about it earlier in this game. For the first time, we've seen Tyler Shea coming in, checking in its state game. What do you think of that move? What do you think provoked it?
Well, I think Tyler might have shown Coach Drakely a lot in practice. And basically, he's looking for somebody to bring the ball up the floor besides Stutzky and Greco. So, you know, Shea came in a little bit, got some minutes, did a good job dribbling around, didn't look too nervous. So maybe Drakely will be able to utilize him throughout the game, especially if one of those guys gets in foul trouble.
Right, folks, just to let you know, earlier this week, since the Chiefs were knocked out of the BL tournament, they scrimmaged Crosby and Wilby, respectively, in 4 quarters. Maybe Sheik showed you something there as we're back to action here in the second quarter. Four-point lead for the Panthers, playing out of the NCCC League with a record of 10-10. Nonnewaug and, of course, the Berkshire League, record of 13-7. And that's going to be a double dribble call on number 11, Brian Farrell. Let's reset the lineups for you. Hunt, Stutzky, Krasinski, Nolet, and Greco. Walker, Daniels, Farrell, Muir, and Haynes for the Panthers.
Too many turnovers. Right there, nobody wanted the ball. Sean was stuck on the wing with it and lost his dribble. Nobody came to save him.
Really, man, you've seen nothing from Stutzky tonight. Or Nolet.
Nope.
Jeremy had a bucket, but really, Chiefs, too many turnovers. And sad to say it, but really, that's going to be the downfall if the Chiefs continue tonight.
Yep.
Simon cheats, gives Farrell an open drive. Here's Haynes. Front rim's no good. Miscommunication.
Good job by Scott Nolet.
Oh, there's Jeremy Greco.
Wow. He got hacked.
Ref thinks it's all ball. Here comes Muir. Over to Walker. Walker steps out of bounds. Really some frantic play here in the gym with 6:36 to go. 13-9 lead.
Nonnewaug is really lucky. This isn't a 10-point lead right now. It's only 4. Chiefs have been really sloppy. Have got nothing going on offense in the last 4 minutes.
There's Stutzky in the corner for his first look of the night. Rims out, there's Jeremy Greco. No good. Controlled by Farrell. So Chiefs unable to hit on those second and third opportunities.
See the score on the lower right-hand portion of that television screen, 13-9. Really a bit of a hectic game. Defense hasn't really been the story. It's been missed shots by both teams.
Missed shots and turnovers.
Here's
Can't let that happen. Right there, you can't let that happen.
There's Farrell who pops out for three, 16-9. 7-point bulge in the game, biggest of the.
Now he's got to get the ball to Scott. He's doing nothing. Got to get the ball to Scott. Let your playmaker do something for you. There it is, right there.
Here's Simon Hunt with an open jumper. Rims out, no good. Miscommunication again on the rebounding. Into the hands of Farrell. Chant of defense. Fans sensing the urgency of this possession, man. Now Daniels off the mark, but doesn't get his own rebound. Call for the foul. Into the game for the Chiefs. McEnany replacing Hunt. Hunt upset with himself, slamming the bleachers. .509 to go here. Critical point for the Chiefs if they want to get something going. Here's Stutzky. Decides to drive it in, kicks it back out to Millette. Millette off glass. No bucket, offensive foul. Great charge taken by Daniels. Matt, you disagree. I agree with the call. Millette was off balance. Daniels had position down low.
I didn't see the end of the play. I just saw the basket. But it was a travel, I think, possibly before the foul.
Okay.
So I don't think any of that should count. It definitely not the foul. That's 2 on Millette, which, you know, is kind of big. What do you do if you're Coach Strachan now? 5 minutes to go in the first half. Millette, one of your big three, has got 2 fouls. Do you keep him in, running the risk of getting him 3 fouls? You don't want your team to fall behind. So tough spot for Coach Strachan.
However, Matt, you know what really stands out to me in this game so far? Nonnewaug on the offensive end has had no flow whatsoever. They've been doing nothing, showing nothing. All of their points have been off of broken plays or fast break points. Their half-court offense to this point has been horrendous.
Non-existent.
And you know what I think it is? It's this tough defense they're not used to seeing in the Berkshire League by this East Windsor team. And that poses the other question. How strong is the Berkshire League compared to other leagues in the state?
They let that kid shoot again. Pete, we do not know enough about this team to just let people shoot.
10-point lead now. There's Greco down low. Blocked by Daniels, but puts it back for finally a bucket for the Chiefs, who've been cold during the last 3 minutes.
6 minutes. 6 minutes without a bucket. Since the end of the first quarter, about two minutes toward the end of the first quarter, they didn't score. Need a run by Nonnewaug here. Need a couple turnovers.
It's going to be a foul called. Walker really flying wildly into the lane, man.
Yeah, I think jump ball there, anything. And he wasn't shooting at all, so I don't know what he's doing at the line. Not a good officiating on that play right there.
Foul on Kyle McEnany, his first.
This kid's going to miss both of them. Saw him shooting before the game. If he makes them, good for him, but he didn't have a very soft touch before the game. Saw him shooting a little bit from the outside, kind of hitting the top corner of the backboard, so maybe he was screwing around.
Muir and Haynes into the game for the Panthers of East Windsor, holding on to a 20-11 lead here, first half.
Well, the two big plays. So that was missed that badly. The 2 big plays in this game really separated the two. Were those 2 big. Were those 2 big threes, Pete, by Brian Farrell, and Nonnewaug just can't do that. Got them with the open look.
Oh, there's an inbounds play. Stutzky's gonna have to hit this one. Just not getting the bounce, but Nillette with the rebound throws it up wildly off the mark. It'll stay at this end. But really, I think Scott should have taken it a lot stronger to the basket. Here's Krasinski, who's going to replace Nillette. There's Russ Stutzky for three. Off the mark once again. Russ 0 for 4 from the three-point line tonight. Here's Simon Hunt in the corner with a jumper.
There we go.
Rolls it around good. Simon known for his sharp line drive buckets.
Well, you got to let Simon there with a nice jumper, but you got to let Russ keep shooting, Pete. And if he's got those open looks, you got to let him shoot. You can't leave this kid open. Daniels doesn't have a very good touch, Pete, and he's going to be a presence on the glass and inside with some putbacks. But as for shooting from the outside, he's shown me and everybody here nothing so far tonight.
In the game for the Panthers, number 30, Matthew Muir, Christopher Muir's younger brother. You can see the resemblance. He's got a little more size down low. Here's Jeremy Greco, really forcing up that shot there.
Bad shot there.
Muir just standing his ground.
Sorry, Pete. Can't try to do everything yourself. You got to look for a little bit of leadership there, but could have passed that ball off, then made a cut to the basket, maybe gotten it back. A baseline pull-up jumper with the double team on it is not a great shot.
Timeout on the floor with 2:12 to go. 20 to 13 lead for the Panthers. As it's interesting to see that the East Windsor squad brought along their cheerleaders. Of note, you see a male cheerleader there, which is pretty interesting.
This is his job right here.
If we could get a shot of that male cheerleader. See him there in the two male cheerleaders, Matt.
Yep.
Must be a big school. See him there. As you see the teams back onto the court with 2:12 to go. Here's Muir guarded, Farrell, guarded by Greco. Rolls out of bounds, Chief ball, nice defense. Chiefs down by 7. Matt, you bring in Leon Martin for some size down low?
I think so, especially some, working off the glass. East Windsor really dominating on the boards.
Panther ball, 138. Really what has been a disappointing second quarter here for the Chiefs.
Really has been, Pete. You don't want to go into halftime down 10 or down 9. You want to keep it kind of a no more than 8 points. Right now they're at 7. Maybe the Chiefs can make a little run here the last minute, maybe get a couple, maybe 2 unanswered hoops. Going to halftime down 3.
Right, looking ahead here, folks. This Chief team hasn't been one has been strong when coming from behind. They get nervous, not experienced in that category, so it's really critical that at the close of this quarter and early on in the third quarter, they move to within striking distance against this Panther team, because they're going to play fidgety down the stretch if they're down. Oh, there's Muir with a nice move, freeing up Haynes over to Douglas.
Last shot, Pete.
Daniels driving in wildly off glass. No good, rebounded by Stutzky with 36 seconds to go here, first half. Swinging it around, Stutzky's going to shoot that. Off the mark. Strong rebound by Daniels. Once again at halftime with 10 seconds winding down, Ben Levy and Kieran Valla. Here's Daniels down low, puts it in. One last attempt for the Chiefs. Stutzky off with it, off the mark, and that's going to do it here. Halftime score, Panthers 22, Chiefs 13.
13 points. That's terrible. That is terrible. That's 4 points in the second quarter. And that's not going to win you anything, Pete.
13 points. We have 13 points.
Alrighty, we're going to take a look at some cheerleaders here, and then we're going to be joined by Ben Levy and Kieran Valla. I'm not sure what they're going to have to say, but the free throw shooting so far, Matt. Nonnewaug 1 for 1, Sean Krasinski with his one made attempt. The Panthers 2 for 4 from the free throw line, so free throw shooting has not been that big a factor. However, I think turnovers and really poor offensive play by the Chiefs has been the key.
Yeah, most definitely, Pete. Chiefs got nothing going. Their half-court offense is like, you know, like where is it?
Well, Matt, that's exactly it. What do you think's going on with that?
Well, I don't know. I just think the Chiefs are a little bit intimidated. A little bit intimidated by just the size of the game, and you know they're not being kind of boastful. You know what I mean? They're not taking it to the hoop. They're kind of staying back on their heels, and there's no excuse for 13 points in the quarter. So Chiefs need some major corrections.
Alrighty, let's run through some of the scoring here. Leading the way for the Chiefs with 7 points, Jeremy Greco. Simon with 2. Kyle McEnany with 2. Sean Krasinski with 3. Nillette and Stutzky both with 0 points.
Yeah. Well, Scott and Russ need to really get going. Scott Nillette's got to drive more to the hoop. Russ has got to find the perimeter shot. Let me tell you, Russ hits a couple of those threes when you take 5 or 6 of them. Moving right back in the game. So 9-point lead, not where you want to be, but it's not out of the question to come back. So it's all about how quick the Chiefs come out the second half and what kind of game plan Coach Drakely puts together at halftime.
Alrighty, we're gonna get set for Ben Levy and Kieran Valla once we get the shot together and the microphones. Matt and I are gonna go run and get a drink. Here's Ben Levy and Kieran Valla. At halftime, Chiefs down 22-13.
I'll ask the questions, you do the answering.
I'm gonna have the stats then.
There. Hello, everybody. Halftime show with Kieran Valla and myself, Ben Levy. Our voices are a little gone. That's because we've been cheering really loud for our Nonnewaug Chiefs. We got to try and get them going. They're down 22-13 going into the half. How do you think they fare against this East Windsor school?
Well, Ben, I think Nonnewaug has a good chance to come back in the second half and take the lead and possibly win this game. But what they need to do is start hitting some key shots, and some key players really have to get in, especially Russ Stutzky. As we saw him hitting all his shots in the warm-ups, but once he hit the game, he kind of was cold. They really had to work the ball around, look for some open shots.
He was shooting the threes. He was shooting the threes. They really weren't falling, but he was still shooting them. They weren't going in. He was shooting them. Now, Jeremy Greco driving. He was putting up the shots. He was getting in, but when he was putting them up, nobody else was really able to contest, or he wasn't really able to contest with the defense because they're so much taller than him. He was getting really blocked. When he goes in there, he's going to have to drive and pass off.
Yeah, definitely, Ben. They have to make sure they penetrate and kick out. Once you see the trap starting to form and there's 2 guys on you, that means there's a man open on your team. So you have to watch that. Keep your head up and really keep focused on the game. Those are basically some of the key points of tonight's matchup.
Also, a controversial play. Scott Nillette drives. It's called for the offensive foul. I really didn't see it. I did see the foul there, but I personally felt he was fouled first going up with the shot.
Yeah.
And then as he made the shot, he committed the offensive foul. So
Yeah.
right there, he should be going for a three-point play because the basket did fall.
Yeah, that really hurt the Nonnewaug Chiefs a lot. I believe they made that basket be about a 4-point game at that point, and instead it turned into about a 9 or 10-point lead for East Windsor. So that was really controversial and key in this game. Nonnewaug also has to make sure they get on the boards more. This East Windsor team came out early and really dominated the boards, and they had to make sure they focus on that as well.
The referees also really letting these players go at it. Very aggressive game. 4 fouls apiece. I saw a lot of little bumping and shoving, and the refs are letting it go, which is good to see. It's a state game. You really got to be fair on both sides of the court. I think the refs have done a good job.
Yeah, definitely, Ben. This team has a little bit of a size advantage on the Nonnewaug Chiefs, but Nonnewaug has really overcome that. Even young player Tyler Shakes seeing some minutes. I think that was a good call by Draker. He can really handle the ball, smart player, and that's what you need against a quick team like this East Windsor team here tonight.
The only problem with that, though, Tyler Shake has not been on varsity for a lot of games, and he really doesn't have the confidence as Eric Villanova does. Eric Villanova in the Berkshire League tournament made 2 key three-pointers in the closing minutes of the game to tie it. Now, I personally think you put in Eric Villanova, he's not afraid to take a shot in the big game. He's been there before, and he can handle the ball just as well, if not better.
Yeah, well, Ben, I think Eric will see a lot of minutes later on in the game if it's a close situation or Nonnewaug's down by quite a few going into the 4th quarter. He's a big three-point shooter, and that's what they're going to need him for. Also, we might see some of the other sophomores, Ian Scruggs, Trevor Chatfield, seeing some minutes as well.
Well, also in the the quarterfinal game in the Berkshire League tournament, Ian Scruggs was in for a long time, and he was in primarily to shoot the 3. And right now, down 9 points, you really don't want to rush a shot. But shooting a 3 is really what you need. And Ian Scruggs is a kid who can make it almost always.
Yeah, Ian Scruggs, really hard. He practices really hard. Really knows how to play the game. They could use him as well. But one thing that Nonnewaug wasn't doing well tonight was they made really bad decisions all night. They didn't know when to shoot or when to pass. Did you notice that at all, Ben?
Yeah, I noticed that a little. But the players coming out, you can see him in the background. 2 minutes left till the start of the second half. We have Tom Sorrell here, big fan. He's got his face painted and everything, ready for tonight's game. And I hope the Chiefs can come back and win this game. Very important game.
Yeah, Ben, as you see the players entering the court, some of them look a little upset, a little heads hanging low, but the game's not over yet. You can beat a team like this easily. East Windsor is a big team. They're a fast team, but that's really nothing compared to what Nonnewaug has.
Go ahead.
Nonnewaug really knows how to pass, really knows how to take the open shot, has some great offenses, and they just got to play their hearts out to win this.
What I've noticed is East Windsor really a better, quicker team than Nonnewaug is what I meant to say. But Nonnewaug really slowing it down and taking a quality shot. East Windsor is either rushing a shot or not shooting at all. And that's not how you win a game.
Yeah,
I think Nonnewaug's got the better strategy, and in the end, that's going to pay off, and I smell a win for Nonnewaug.
Yeah, definitely. East Windsor, I think almost getting lucky on a lot of their shots, really pushing everything, taking some shots that just were off the mark, but some of them just getting lucky rolls. As you see their players entering in the court behind us.
Well, 50 seconds left. We're going to send it up to Matt and Pete after they've had their little halftime snack. So, Kieran and I are going to be joining you next year for the boys' games. Until then, Matt and Pete are going to take the rest of this one away.
Alrighty, thank you, Ben and Kieran at halftime here. Once again, the score 22-13. I'm not sure what those guys talked about, but if they were saying anything, it's about this Nonnewaug offense. The statistic that stands out to me, Scott Millette and Russ Stutzky, a combined 0 points tonight. Goose egg.
What do we say, Pete? Each one of them would have to score in double digits for the Chiefs to be successful, and couldn't be anything farther than that. What's Greco have, like 6 points or something?
Greco with 7 points leading the way for the Chiefs.
So You're going to need the other two to step up. I said double digits, so look for 2 big halves from Scott and Russell. Pete, I think the most important thing is right before the inbounded here is Chiefs just got to take the ball right at them. And as we saw in the first half, just a little half-court offense passing around the perimeter.
Yep.
And when you want to come back in a game, a lot of people believe that you want to come back with the big 3 ball, but I don't believe in that. I say you go right after him.
Alrighty, once again, this is NEAT TV's live coverage of Nonnewaug varsity boys basketball here in the first round of the Class S state tournament. Chiefs down 9 at halftime. Let's see what they're made of. Let's see what the leaders are going to do.
Yep. This is really it. This is really when you get down and see what kind of heart and desire and you got. And Scott Nolet with a big, strong move right there, Pete. And that's exactly what we talked about.
Off the feed by Greco. Nonnewaug going to apply that 2-2-1 press. Stutzky going to be called for the foul as Christopher Copinto, number 32, puts up that shot. Gets his own rebound.
Still good. That's number 3 on Scott. Only a half minute in here in the second half, so really it's like Nolet went into halftime with 3 fouls. Would have liked Scott to go like the whole third quarter, or at least most of it before picking up number 3. Got to keep them in there, Pete. They need to come back.
It will be a non-shooting foul. Playing a little 1-2 matchup.
Scott.
Daniels and Haynes. Another guy you're gonna have to watch, man, Brian Farrell.
Yeah, he's really had that hot hand from the outside. A little moving pick there by Daniels. Ref didn't see it.
There's Muir, he counters with the bucket. 9-point lead again for the Panthers.
Well, the thing is, Chiefs have got to score quick. Every time down, boom, basket, boom, basket, boom, basket. Because you see this East Windsor squad, they really run their offense on patience. Pass, pass, pass. Patience, patience, patience. Then they finally get a basket. What you want to do is you want to score quick and get them out of that rhythm and, you know, make them adjust their game plan.
Really what I think needs to happen for the Chiefs is that they've got to increase their defensive pressure in a half-court set, which will then cause turnovers and get to that transition game, which is so critical for the Chiefs to play, because they are really strong with guys like Greco and Nolet finishing and Hunt and Stutzky passing. Really, I mean, I think they've got to get into that transition game.
Well, they got to get out of that game right there, which is playing tiddlywinks over here, passing the ball around the perimeter and being too scared to take a shot. They're going to get run right out of the building if they don't get something going right now.
11-point lead, biggest of the game for the Panthers. Russ Stutzky off the mark, no good. Chief ball. Stutzky still cold from the floor. There's Stutzky. Let's see if he can get this one way off the mark, out of bounds. Windsor, East Windsor ball. Exactly 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Chiefs down 26-15. And Matt, the look on your face isn't promising if you're a Chiefs fan.
Nope.
Tell the people at home why, Matty.
Well, because they're not showing us anything.
A player that has shown you something tonight, Sean Krasinski, causing the turnover there, and Scott Nolet fouled on the ensuing
That's
play.
what we need. We need him to do that. He has got to carry this team.
Checking into the game, Ian Scruggs for the Chiefs with 5:39 to go.
Probably come in for Simon or Sean.
It's not going to help.
Oh. So he's in for Russell. Looks like Greco is going to run the point.
And I really disagree with the move by Coach Drakely there. You take out Russ Stutzky. Granted, he has no points tonight, but he's a senior leader, co-captain. He knows this offense. Nothing against Scruggs, But we're talking about the flow of this game.
Yep.
Drakely, with these inconsistent substitutions, it's
not helping the fact
at all.
But I mean, if you look at the other side of the ball, try to be optimistic. Maybe he's trying to get a little something going, you know, from Scruggs. But Simon Hunt with a terrible pass right there.
Really, the Chiefs showing you not what they want you to see, which is poor basketball. Down 11, in danger of falling behind quick.
Yep. They're right now they're kind of like hanging off that cliff. And seems like almost at any minute East Windsor could just step right on the fingers and boom. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like we're helpless.
Especially no shot clock here in high school basketball. East Windsor can go into that delay mode. Scott Nolette almost with the travel. There's Jeremy Greco. Slapped away. 2-on-1 for the Panthers. Off glass Muir. 13-point lead, and Drakely wants to talk it over. Timeout on the floor with 4:24 to go here in the third quarter. And Matt, things have gone from bad to worse in this third quarter.
Really has, Pete. Chiefs, you know what, 2 points in 4 minutes, and it's just not going to cut it. You can't expect to have 15 points 20 minutes into a basketball game and still win. It's just not going to happen. That's it. Offense is the key, just like anything. The offense wins you games.
4:24, we stand here as a timeout on the floor. You saw Shake in the game earlier. Shake hasn't come back in. Stutzky on the bench. Stutzky doing nothing. Just hasn't gotten the shot to fall. Matt, do you think if Stutzky hits one shot to get over the hump, things are going to start falling after that point?
Well, I think so, and I think that one thing Nonnewaug's got to do is kind of get him in the post, get him the ball, let him make something happen. I don't think the best way to kind of get over that hump is shoot from the outside, Pete. But let's think about this. East Windsor with only 28 points. Nonnewaug defense, especially with all the turnovers from the offense, has done a good job. If Nonnewaug's scoring like their season norm here, they're winning this game right now. But I mean, getting absolutely nothing done. And you know, if it continues at this pace, whoever reads the paper tomorrow is just gonna laugh. You know, there's nothing else I could say. Can't score 25 points and expect to win a basketball game. And that's about the pace they're at right now.
Let's remind you folks, Chiefs 3-game losing streak going into tonight's game. It would be quite a shame if they ended the season 4 games in a row down. On the verge of doing that, but here's Scott Nolette not getting it to go. Sean Krasinski there for the putback.
That was a nice surge right there on the glass. Scott Nolette missing the easy layup, but missed the tip back. Sean put it in, so really Chiefs need to get something going here.
There's a turnover, helping their cause. Deflected. The sideline judge coming in with the call.
Well, that's the right call. I guess the baseline judge kind of thought he went up and then went to pass it, you know, and good overrule there. Of course, you don't want that if you're a Chief fan, but so you need to get a run going here in the final 3:30 in this quarter. You really need to get something going. You got to get up on Windsor, East Windsor, and, you know, kind of force the turnover here. Can't let them sit back and just run the clock down, because right now time is your enemy.
Sitting on the bench, 2 seniors, Simon Hunt and Russ Stutzky. Not really able to do much tonight. In quite a critical juncture of this ball game. Chiefs down by 11. Here's Daniels. There's the turnover.
That's it. Now you got to come down and score again.
There's Scott Nolette. Pulls it back with 2:53 to go. There's the penetration by Scruggs. Nolette will take a big shot.
He's got to foul that.
No good, and yeah, if he fouls the shot there, very well could have gotten a rebound.
Yep.
East Windsor crowd giving Christopher Cabinto, number 32, a hand. sophomore.
Where's McEnany been tonight? Absolutely nothing from Kyle.
There's Jeremy Greco with a fake, drives it in, throws it too long, air ball. Shot's just not falling for the Chiefs. That added pressure of a state game being down, it's going to get tougher and tougher to hit a shot. Now here are the Chiefs in transition with a chance to do something.
Greco's got to take that himself. What happened was that was a classic 3-on-2 break. And what happened was each of the East Windsor defenders was guarding against the wingman, so Greco had a nice clear path to the hoop, should have taken it the whole way.
Instead, it goes out of bounds. Kyle McEnany throwing it away. Here's Muir.
Travel. He traveled big time. Big time travel before he shot that. That's something I'm going to look at on tape tomorrow. Because right there, that's a chance for Nonnewaug to get the lead back to, you know, under double digits. And instead of being possibly 9, it's 13.
Here's Jeremy Greco taking it in. Foul on the baseline. Stutzky set to check in. 30-17 the score here, 13-point deficit for the Chiefs. Here's Stutzky. Into Millette.
Take him. Scotty, come on, take him.
Sideline to Scruggs. Scruggs, very aggressive so far in this game. Here's Greco. Driving in, there's Scott Millette. Foul on the floor. Drawing some more fouls are the Chiefs.
2 shots. Nice job by Scott Millette there.
East Windsor head coach Mark Mooney not happy with the call. Coach.
Oh. Oh for 3 foul shots tonight for Millette.
You see Mooney sideline unhappy with the call. If we can get a shot of that real quick. There's the coach.
Scott missed both again. So 0 for 4 from the line. Basket here, Pete. It's going to be very, very, very difficult. More difficult than it is right now.
What the Chiefs need is some defensive stops, transition buckets, easy layups. They need to get some shots to fall. I mean, they've been having absolutely no luck tonight from the floor. None of their shots have been falling. It's not helping that they're 1 for 5 from the free throw line. But with East Windsor going into this delay offense, spells trouble for the Chiefs.
Well, they're going to do this the whole 4th quarter, so. Well.
32-17. Foul on the floor, Walker. And really what you're seeing, Matt, it appears to me that this East Windsor team is a little better than our Chiefs.
Yep, and my fault in the pregame. I said that I thought Nonnewaug was going to coast to a win tonight. I was watching these guys play, just shoot around the pregame, and they looked absolutely miserable. Couldn't hit a shot, but if you look at it, how many jump shots has this team hit? Not too many. So they're not killing from the outside, they're just getting inside, and they're scoring hoops, and that's something Nonnewaug's got to do.
Ian Scruggs with a big 3-point basket. Maybe that'll give the Chiefs some momentum. Here's Millette. No foul called. Appeared to be. Should have been a foul, Matt, but
got hammered.
Nonetheless, Scruggs with a big shot there. All right, Matt, let's take a look at the camera here. Chiefs down by 12 on our final broadcast. Hopefully not, but very well could be of the season. What are the ingredients Chiefs are going to have to put into their pot to stir up a win tonight?
Well, I think, you know, good solid defense, and they're just going to have to get a little lucky. They're going to have to find themselves on a big run and, you know, just kind of hope that things work here.
cheerleaders from both squads doing something interesting. If we could get a shot of them. You see both East Windsor and Nonnewaug cheerleaders having fun here between the quarter. Alrighty, folks, as the teams come back onto the court for East Windsor.
Coach, athletic director John Lawless right there.
English department head, Kennelly, Mr. Kennelly.
Oh, gonna need to get on a run and gotta do it right now. 6 baskets they need.
There it starts with the turnover on the floor. Nothing doing for the Chiefs. Here's Daniels. He's gonna drive on Nolet. Nolet partially blocked. Up ahead to Russ Stutzky. Stutzky spin move. Finger roll, short. Sean Krasinski there with the follow.
They needed
Can't
that.
get the putback.
They needed that. That would have been huge.
Would have been huge. Quickly, I wanted to reset the lineups for you earlier. For East Windsor, Farrell, Haynes, Daniels, Copinto, and number 10, Christopher Muir. For the Chiefs, Krasinski at the line, Ian Scruggs, Scott Nolet, Jeremy Greco. Big free throw there by Krasinski. And Simon Hunt, and Russell Stutzky, but Simon Hunt set the check in.
So right now, if Sean can make this, that'll be a 5-0 run for the Chiefs. As they do, and I mean, that's what they need. That's 5 points back that quick. Scruggs 3-pointer, and now this, so.
Countering is Christopher Copinto. After a great play there by, folks, Stutzky still unable to hit. And Farrell is going to take the shot and hit.
That's tough.
Back to a 14-point lead. Largest on the night. Just when you thought Nonnewaug had something cooking. They go and miss a couple shots, commit a couple fouls. And East Windsor right back in control of this game. Daniels over to Haynes. Here's Farrell. And looks like East Windsor's going to go into that delay, Matt.
They are. You know what this delay might tell me is that the NCC, whatever, is a pretty strong conference.
Yep.
And that, it could be one of those conferences like when you get the lead, you want to kind of like sit with it, you're scared to run. It's like you play the game for 3 quarters, and if you're up for 3 quarters, then you got to try to run as much off the clock as you can.
17-point lead with that shot.
And that's it.
East Windsor just not missing. And you saw on that last bucket, all the heads of the Nonnewaug players just dropped to the ground. There's a turnover. Here's Muir, he's gonna turn it on. Blocked to the side by Scott Nolet. Scott not giving up. Well, Stutzky beat, down low. Really on the defensive end, Nonnewaug sleeping, and they really deserve to be down by 19 points.
They do.
Because they're playing horribly, horribly. Well, the boys teams may be competing on the floor, but the girls cheerleading are having a great time with one another. The score here with 6 minutes to go in the game, 41-22. Chiefs down by 19. What might be very well unsurmountable. Jeremy Greco with the turnover. Here's a 3-on-1 break.
Dunk it.
Over to Daniels, finger rolls it in, 21-point lead for East Windsor. Really, East Windsor with a lot of size. There's Simon Hunt down low. Gets 2 back. Nonnewaug gonna look to press.
You know what you're gonna see here? Last 6 minutes, you're gonna see that Nonnewaug is gonna find it. You know, East Windsor is going to keep scoring, but you're going to find it that Nonnewaug is going to find it a lot easier to score than they thought, just because now they kind of realize that they're could be getting blown out, and could be getting blown out, and you know the pressure's off a little bit, so you're going to settle down. And the thing is, you got to come out, settle down, and really.
You can tell the luck not on the side of the Chiefs after they had a turnover by Krasinski. Appeared to have gotten held on his foot and threw it right back to Muir.
I wish we had something, you know, little graph of points in the paint for East Windsor. And I'd say out of their 43 points, you know, 30 of them have been right inside the paint, easy layups. They've hit a couple big 3-pointers, but that's it.
Back to a 19-point lead. Excuse me, 18-point lead. 43-25. There's Ian Scruggs in the corner. Studsky down low to Hunt. Hits it. (44-26). Sean Krasinski really playing some strong defense, Matt. No one boxing out there. And Copinto hits. Basically, the Chiefs are getting beat on the glass. Not boxing out at all. Sean Krasinski finds himself wide open. Kyle McInerney throws up a turnaround, no good. Pinto can't get it to go. Once again, no one there on the box out. And Farrell's just
man, you see that pass? That was a good pass.
Chiefs almost sleeping that on the offensive glass. Just appear to be in a daze.
Well, they just got ran right out of the gym tonight. And especially in Class S, this East Windsor team going to do some things, Pete, especially if they play like they did tonight. Think about it, they did not score at all in the first period. Even going into halftime, you know, they didn't really show me too much in the offensive end, but looks like they've heated up here in the second half and just opened up a 20-point lead.
.20-point lead. We've got a pretty nice crowd on hand here at the conclusion of tonight's game. NEAT TV's live coverage of Nonnewaug varsity boys basketball in our third season here on NEAT TV covering these games, boys and girls. We're glad to bring it to you live, folks. Certainly a great honor here in the community. However, a disappointing night. Chiefs down by 20 and East Windsor with the ball. There's Daniels. Down low, gets his own shot, puts it up, 22-point lead. 3:44 to go. Studsky puts one up. Lead back to 20. Sean Krasinski called for the hold, but you know what? You got to hand him, excuse me, give it to him. Give him a hand there because you know, he's one of the only guys really hustling on the defensive end out there if you take a look at him.
Yep, he's really done a good job on the offensive end.
Kyle McInerney called for the foul. Hard foul on number 32, Christopher Copinto. Another foul for the Chiefs. .257 to go. Chiefs down by 20. They're just going to have to keep committing fouls, but it doesn't look like this East Windsor team is going to pull a turnover out.
Nope.
So, you know, looks like it's going to be a slow road to
the inevitable.
A defeat for the Chiefs in the first round of this Class S state tournament. Down 20 now. East Windsor at the line.
East Windsor not too good from the line today, huh? Haven't had too many opportunities. Another miss there.
That makes them 3 for 8 from the free throw line tonight.
So 37%.
Nothing going the Chiefs' way. As we're going to take a timeout here.
Did Simon try to go behind his back on that?
It was either that or he lost control and just kind of fumbled it. Just trying to compile a list of members to this Nonnewaug, Need TV crew, so we can give them recognition after the game. Because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be bringing this to you live.
Uh-oh, he's gonna dunk that.
Baseball pass to Daniels, off glass. Good, 51-28. The score here in the gym, and the Chiefs are getting embarrassed. Stutzky with a shot, off the mark. Thrown ahead, saved, and brought back out by Farrell. Smart play, up by 22. Looks like Brad Weatherall is going to check in. Leon Martin. So it looks like the benches are going to empty here with 2:03 to go. But a bright future on the horizon for the Chiefs. Only 2 seniors graduating, Matt. Coming back as a strong core of players, including Nolette, Greco. Really some good things to come for Nonnewaug basketball. You've got Leon Martin, his brother, some other great players in the middle school.
God, they are bad from the free throw line. Should have just fouled them from day one. Probably would have ran out of players, but it would probably be closer than it is now.
Brad Weatherall, another junior. Stutzky driving baseline, throws it up. It's going to be fouled on the play.
Well, Pete, I don't know what to say. It's been a great trip last 2 years, you know, doing the broadcast.
Hopefully this will help us in our careers in the future. If not, I'm going to take away from this experience everything that it has given to me, which has been fun, excitement, hostility, controversy.
Oh, controversy.
The whole 9. But it's just very fortunate. I realize I'm very fortunate to have this opportunity in high school. thrown away. Here's Stutzky. Russ Stutzky playing his final minutes here in the gym as a Nonnewaug basketball player. He's been on the varsity squad all 4 years. It's going to be tough to see Russ go. Russ is going to sit down and receive a hand from the crowd for the final time here in the gym. And the East Windsor players are going to be exiting here with 1:33 to go, up big. The seniors, Muir, Daniels, Greg Ott in the game for the Chiefs. Here's Connor Taft, no good. Brought in by Brad Weatherall down low. Leon Martin, good. And you hear a big roar from the crowd there because I think this Nonnewaug community realizes that this is the team of the future.
Yep.
So let's see how they play with about 1 minute and 11 seconds to go. Greg Ott called for the blocking foul. Greg always giving 110%. You gotta have a sense of humor in times like this. 56 seconds to go, down by 30. Excuse me, 20. Feels like 30.
Feels like 100. You know, you come into a game like this with high hopes. You're gonna see a good game, and that your team's gonna give you everything they had. And there's no doubt that they did that. They just played sloppy basketball in a team that was definitely more well prepared, bigger, stronger, more disciplined. Just came in here and kicked us around. And this East Windsor team, I hope they go and win the whole thing, because it's rather to say, hey, I got beat by the team that won it all, than to get beat by the team that gets beat themselves in the second round.
Thrown out of bounds there. Matt, do you think this East Windsor team can beat a team like Gilbert down the stretch in this tournament?
I think they can. I see them matching up very well against Gilbert. Number 11 right here, Brian Farrell, dribbling the ball. Great guy to run the offense. You got Muir and Daniels with some good size down low. And this team looks to be about 6 deep, and maybe that could be the only problem. They might get tired. But besides that, this team could do something. I think they can match up really well against Gilbert. And I might go up to Gilbert if they do play and, watch that game. That could be very interesting.
Brad Weatherall with his touch. No good. 10 seconds to go. This game is going to come to an end with the Chiefs losing. Finishing with a record of 13-9. East Windsor is going to keep on going, improve to 11-10. That does it here at the Edward Sadlam Gymnasium. Chiefs are defeated 53-30 here in the gym. So, Matt and I will join you with the post-game show, our final of our illustrious careers here at Nonnewaug High School for NETV. Catch us in the spring, hopefully, for Nonnewaug Varsity Boys Baseball, brought to you by
The Casablanca.
Casablanca. No, what's his name? B. Lilly.
B. Lilly, all right.
And his counterparts. Stay tuned for that. We're going to be having an article written on us in the Waterbury Republican, a feature article on what we do here on live telecasts. Once again, we'd just like to thank the administration. All right, folks. Experiencing a couple technical difficulties as we're going to try to get set for our final post-game. You see the players walking off the floor there.
As it says right there until it disappeared, the 22nd seeded East Windsor Panthers pull off the upset against the number 11 seeded Nonnewaug Chiefs. But clearly, Pete, East Windsor comes from a better conference with better basketball.
Yep, alrighty.
And that's it.
Let's run through some of the scoring. Really a disappointing night for a lot of the key players for the Chiefs. Scott Nillette with 2. Kyle McInerney with 2. Leon Martin with 2. Russ Stutzky with 2 points. Leading the way, Sean Krasinski, who really played a heck of a game, 7 points. And Jeremy Greco with 6. Also, Simon Hunt played big minutes tonight for the Chiefs with 6 points. Basically, that's the scoring for the Chiefs. Rebounding, Scott Nillette with 4. Sean Krasinski 5. Jeremy Greco 8. What can you say about some of the way these the Chiefs played, Matt?
Well, they just didn't have it tonight, and they got run out of the gym, and that's really all you can take from it. And hopefully the next couple years will be promising. Kind of a nice program they got going. The JV team only losing 1 game this year. Right. And for the seniors, Russ and Simon, it's been a trip, and that's it.
Got a good baseball season to look forward to, hopefully.
Hopefully.
All right, quickly, free throws. Alrighty, we have some fans interfering. 3 for 7 Nonnewaug from the free throw line. Not too good, but East Windsor not that great themselves. 4 for 10 from the free throw line. Talk about how free throw shooting played a factor tonight.
Well, free throw shooting, not too much of a factor, I don't think. Maybe a little bit in the beginning of the game. But, in a 22-point loss, I could see if the Chiefs missed like 30 free throws that we could say, would have been close. But really, East Windsor just a better team, and they showed it tonight, so I wish them good luck in the future. That's it.
Alrighty, Matt, let's wrap it up with our final thoughts on tonight's game and this whole Neat TV experience in general. First, tonight's game.
Well, tonight's game, better team came in here tonight, Pete, and won, and I think that this is a learning experience for the Chiefs who, besides Scott and Russell, maybe even them, Simon and Russell, maybe they could take something to college with them about that. But as for the other guys, you can see, no matter how well you play during the year, and that's something we have to remember in baseball, no matter how well you play, you could face one pitcher or one team or something, and boom, you're out. Right. No look backs, and that's it. And, maybe if the Chiefs, won tonight, that they might have won in the next round and we would have seen them playing against Gilbert, but it only takes one team to do it. Right. And showed tonight. All
right, I thought that the first round game in any tournament is very crucial. You got to get over the hump to give you momentum the rest of the way. It just didn't look like the Chiefs had it tonight. They went up, like you said, up against a tougher opponent. Really, the leading scorers really didn't lead the way today. Scott and Russ each with 2 points, 0 at halftime. Those guys had a tough night tonight. Some of their shots weren't falling. But really, the better team won on the court tonight. Matt, now about this whole Neat TV experience. This is going to be the last time we're going to be live on TV like this in the gym.
Yep. Well, what could I say about it, Pete? It's just a privilege to be a part of, the whole thing. The coaches, Mr. Parkhouse, and all the kids that help out. It's been really a pleasure working with them, and I thought that we took this from somewhere where it barely had any recognition, and there was one point where they were filming the games with no sound and no broadcasting. I really think we kind of took that and paved the way, hopefully, for Ben and Karen, and after they leave, and I don't see this going anywhere but upward, and communications is a big thing in everybody's life, so I think that,
I'd just like to thank you, Matt, for being here along the way. Also, Q Lee not joining us tonight, but also here. For me, this is what I want to do in the rest of my life. Here in high school, it's given me the opportunity to do this. I can only thank the school, the community, Region 14, for this opportunity. It's been great. It's been fun coming to the gym every night with nervous energy to do a broadcast. It's just been out of this world, and I'd like to thank all those who helped out. Chris Patterson, James Chinese, Hector Romero, Matt Purcell, Allison Moore, Jim Ciriello, Bill C., Tom Sorrell, Ben Levy, Kieran Valla, Jackie Coachman on the stats, Jason Pratt, Tyler Alzamora. If I'm leaving you out, I'm sorry, but we're trying to include everybody. And as always, a favorite here, we're joined by Simon Hunt. Simon, congratulations on a pretty good season, but a tough loss tonight.
Went out bad just like in soccer, but hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully we won't go out bad in baseball, but it was a fun year. Thanks for everybody who's stuck with us.
Alrighty, Si, we're wrapping up our final telecast here. Thanks for being in the booth. Quickly, one thing you want to talk about this team, obviously, a lot stronger than you thought.
Yeah, they were a lot stronger. They just grabbed rebounds, and we didn't box out once again, and that's what wins at rebounds. They're a lot stronger than us. That's about it.
Alrighty, Matt. Alrighty, folks, that's going to be it. Final score on the floor tonight, 53-30. Chiefs defeated by the East Windsor Panthers. It's going to be our final broadcast here on NETV. For Matt Parlato and everybody else helping out, I'm Peter Ventresca. Thank you very much for joining us.
And I'm Simon Hunt. Peace out, y'all.
See you. See you in the spring for NHS baseball. Peace.